Good evening, everybody. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Baseball Talk for Thursday, June 9th, 2022. Lots of good streamers for you to get you through the weekend. So, the information is just there. And I've got some hitters for you, 5 hitters as usual. I try to do 5 every time. And this one is going to be loaded with young prospects. So, but before we get into that, let me update you on my day. I went to work this morning. It was supposed to be my day off. So I went in voluntarily, right? Because I thought, it was supposed to be, it was going to be one of those days where it was all 3 of us. The whole crew was there. So I was going to go in to help and leave around noonish so I can come home, take a nap, go out and enjoy my evening. Or try to enjoy my evening. I'm eternally optimistic. I know people who know me seem to think I'm very negative. No, I wake up optimistic every day. I'm eternally optimistic mentally, and then people do what they do and they let you down and they disappoint you, and so then it brings all the negativity out. So it is what it is. So I went to work optimistically. I was supposed to be the help, not have to work my butt off, leave around noonish. That's not what happened. No, my coworker didn't show up. Apparently he lost his badge, so who knows if he'll be there tomorrow. He may give himself a 4-day weekend because he's already taken the weekend off, so he's already leaving me alone for Saturday, Sunday. So I was already, it's different when you're mentally prepared to be alone, when you have the time to prepare to be alone. Weekends are usually slow enough that I can handle it by myself. Anyways, and then but today, oh man, we had one of our restaurants had a 7-page order, which let me put that in perspective for you. Usually it's like 3, maybe sometimes a 4th one, so 3.5. So this order was double its usual size, right? And then our other one had a 5-pager. So we had 2 restaurants that did a 12-page order. And then we had our 3rd restaurant, it was normal size, but it's just such a long walk back and forth that it takes like an hour to do a couple of runs, a couple of loads. So I wasn't done with all that until 1:30. Then I finally took my 10-minute break, the only one I had all day. And then I had to put the kegs away real quick, and then I left. So I left around 2, nowhere near noon. The guy never showed up. So I ended up having to do all the work myself. So got off to wasn't the best day. So I'm really hoping that I can go still do the things that I wanted to do this evening, maybe see the person I wanted to see this evening, and just relax and chill. I don't know, maybe I'm just gonna stay home and watch Netflix or something. I don't know. I gotta finalize my trip. I still have 1 night to account. I don't know where I'm gonna stay, and my trip is in less than a week. So I know the price of a hotel or wherever I end up staying is gonna be more than I like, but I'm prepared for that. Mentally prepared for that. You gotta figure out. I'm trying to be more spontaneous in my life, bring more spontaneity to my life, but there's certain things that just have to be planned, and I'm not getting stranded in a place that I don't live in. So, anyways, that's it. Can't wait for my trip though. I'm not gonna feel guilty for leaving anybody hanging at my job because, one, my employer isn't hiring anybody for us, isn't hiring me enough help. Okay, they're not giving us enough proper equipment to do our job. There's just a lot of factors, so they're leaving me hanging. But then when my coworkers who are proving to be unreliable and not showing up on time, all that stuff, I was kind of feeling bad for requesting next Friday off. Not anymore. Completely out the window after today. I do not care if I leave them hanging because I know my coworkers work hard, But I always come back for my weekend, my day off, my 2 days off, and things are just chaos around the work area. So it's just like these guys are kind of just chickens with their heads cut off when I'm not around. It's, it makes me feel good about myself. At the same time, it's like I feel like I'm the parent, and everybody else I work with is my child, and I'm not particularly a fan of it, because if I wanted children, I'd have children. If I wanted to raise children, I'd raise children. If I wanted to clean up after children, I would be a parent. There's a reason I'm not a parent, other than the fact that women find me disgusting. That's a big reason why I don't have children. But the second reason is I just don't have the will for children anymore. I don't have the patience for children. As I've aged, my patience has not gotten better. So I don't want children. I don't have children for a reason. So I'm tired of having to feel like I'm raising children at work. These are grown-ass adults. Well, let's get to it. Let's get to the hitters. 5 hitters. Let's start with the one guy who isn't considered a young prospect anymore, even though he's not old. Ahmed Rosario of the Guardians. It seems to always have a Guardians player on this list, but Ahmed Rosario was the one this week, the hot one this week. He's eligible as shortstop and outfield, which is kind of intriguing to have the middle infield eligibility and the outfield eligibility, because most leagues we have to start 5 outfielders, which I've always found to be ridiculous. It really should just be 3. But I'm accepting a 4. 4 is fine, but 5 is just outrageous. Just too many. I'd much rather have a second utility spot, or just not have that spot at all instead of 5 outfielders. But Ahmed Rosario can play both those spots for you. He's been a really hot prospect for a long time. The luster's kind of worn off as he's gotten older and hasn't panned out. Still, he can provide you some help in the short term if you're needing it at any of those positions. Now let's get to the prospects. Let's start with a couple of catchers. Gabriel Moreno of the Blue Jays just got called up today. I'm not sure how much he's going to play, because Alejandro Kirk is playing really well, and Danny Jansen is set to come back soon, or may already be back, or whatever. So they kind of have a glut at the catcher position in Toronto, but I guess they could put him in DH. Or he'll probably be the primary catcher. Alejandro Kirk will probably be DH, or he may get traded. Who knows? I think Gabriel Moreno's the present and the future there. Really good prospect at the catcher position. He definitely can rake. And then MJ Melendez of the Royals. Now, it is a little bit more intriguing, because the Royals do have Salvador Perez, who is an outstanding catcher. He is getting older, and he has been playing more DH. So MJ Melendez is definitely the catcher of the future there. Salvador Perez, another guy who could very well be traded here in the next couple of months, which would hugely raise MJ Melendez's stock. But the Royals are moving MJ Melendez around the diamond. He's played the outfield today. He's been playing some DH. So eventually, if they continue this, he will get some other positional versatility, which is always intriguing for a catcher, to have a catcher who's eligible at another position other than like DH or first base. You have like a Dalton Varsho of the Diamondbacks, who's catcher and outfield eligible at the same time. That's very versatile. It's nice to have on your roster. MJ Melendez could get to that point at some point this season as well, and he can definitely hit as 2. Then we got Christopher Morel, the young outfielder of the Cubs. He's really been capitalizing on the Seiya Suzuki injury. I think he's earned a spot in the outfield moving forward, as the Cubs are trying to go young, trying to rebuild. There's no reason for Morel to sit. But I don't know whose job he's going to take, because I think Seiya Suzuki is obviously going to start once he returns. But Christopher Morel definitely raking right now, so he'd be a good bat to add to the outfield. And then lastly, we got Bryson Stott, the young shortstop of the Phillies. He has been outstanding, and with Didi Gregorius out for the year, Bryson Stott should be their primary shortstop. for the rest of this year and most definitely probably the future in for the Phillies. So all these guys, every one of those 5 great dynasty pickups for 2023 and beyond. Moving on to the pitchers, we got 4 for Friday, 2 for Saturday, 4 for Sunday. So I have 10 total streamers for you to get you through the weekend. Starting with Friday, Michael Lorenzen versus the Mets. I know he hasn't had the greatest couple of starts lately, and I know the Mets are a good team. So it kind of seems like 2 negatives there. Plus, you got the Angels, who are embarrassing right now. They started out so good. I thought they might be good because they got a lot of talent. They haven't won in 2 weeks now. A lot of chaos, a lot of drama in Anaheim right now, but I still like Michael Lorenzen to have an okay start tomorrow against the Mets. Roansy Contreras, Pirates and Braves. Like I said, Roansy Contreras is going to make this list every single time he throws the ball until his ownership gets up over 50, which is he's not even close. He's at like 19, so I'm behind. I'm probably talking about all year. Rich Hill against my Mariners. I know Rich Hill is like 77 years old. He's super old. I think he's the oldest player in baseball right now. He's still pitching decently, and the Mariners are bad, and they're especially bad against left-handers. So I think Rich Hill should have a good day, especially in a pitcher-friendly environment in Seattle. And then Spencer Strider of the Braves versus the Pirates. We all know the woes of the Pirates. We all know that Spencer Strider's a young prospect who has been getting, has been going longer into games each start. The Braves are a good team. Pirates are a bad team. A lot of positives heading into that matchup for Spencer Strider tomorrow. For Saturday, Hunter Green at the Cardinals. Hunter Green's another young pitcher who I just love. I know the numbers, peripherals aren't great, but the strikeouts, those are sky high. And those are what you want in fantasy baseball when you're a pitcher. Sure, you would like an ERA and stuff to be lower than Hunter Green's is, but you can't argue with those strikeout numbers. Hunter Green, as he gets more experience and gets older and stronger in this game of baseball, is going to be a stud. But I like him against the Cardinals on Saturday as well because, again, those strikeouts are just ridiculously high, and those are going to keep his numbers high even when he's giving up runs. And then Michael Wacha of the Red Sox still holding it together. Yeah, they had a great start last week. I forgot who he pitched against, but it was good. He's facing my Mariners again. Pitcher-friendly environment, bad team, good pitcher. A lot of positives heading into that matchup. For Sunday, I got 4. I got Ross Stripling of the Blue Jays against the Tigers. Ross Stripling's always been one of those guys who's been a pretty good pitcher when he's been given a chance, but for some reason, no team wants to make him a consistent part of their rotation. I'm not sure why. I think Ross Stripling has definitely earned it, but he's good. While he is getting the opportunity, he will be a good starter for the Blue Jays, a good streamer for your fantasy team. Jeffrey Springs and Edward Cabrera both make this list again. Jeffrey Springs of the Rays against the Twins in Minnesota. Edward Cabrera of the Marlins against the Astros. I know that the Astros are definitely not a good team, a good matchup on paper, especially in Houston. I'm not expecting Edward Cabrera to have the greatest day, but he's coming off back-to-back 20-plus point starts. He's a young, talented prospect, so he's a guy. His momentum right now is absolutely sky high, and this may be the last chance that you get to get him in the streaming tier. So I'm gonna actually say it probably is. Even if he has a bad start against the Astros, it's only going to get better for him moving forward. And then Dakota Hudson of the Cardinals versus the Reds. Dakota Hudson is also coming off back-to-back 20-plus point starts, and now he'll be facing the terrible Reds, who have nobody who can hit the ball right now. So I anticipate Dakota Hudson having another 20-plus point start. All right, that's all I have to say 15 minutes. We're gonna be a little over 15 minutes. I'm okay with that. That's shorter than normal. I hope you guys are okay with that too. I would like to go, and I don't even know. I'm either gonna go watch Netflix and relax, get some dinner, and chill. You know, I wish that I had gotten off early enough to take a nap and then, you know, still do some stuff and go to bed. But if I take a nap now, I'm just gonna stay asleep all night, and I don't want to do that. But there is kind of, you know, my dating life is completely complicated. But there's this girl that I have been off and on seeing for, I guess it's been a few months now. You know, I'd like to see her. I told her this morning that I was coming. I was gonna go to her town, and you know, I'm stubborn, so I think I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm gonna kind of force her to see me, which I know is like kind of like something that we shouldn't be doing in 2022. You know, the whole consent thing. It's not like but that's just kind of. I'm also working on, you know, being more assertive and what's the other word I'm looking for? More assertive and more of a go-getter, and doing the things that make me happy. So even if I just go sit on the you know, riverfront for a couple of hours and just hang out there and don't see her, I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm gonna bring my phone, bring a book, bring stuff to do to entertain me. Maybe walk around, explore, take some pictures. You know, do what I do to entertain myself. And I don't have any expectations of seeing her, but I want her to know that I am putting in the effort, and that I would like to see some effort back. You know, we had this conversation last week. I don't really want to go into it too much because I don't want this video to go a whole lot longer, but yeah, you know, yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. Let's just, I don't know. Peace, love, and nacho fries. Good luck. Best wishes to me, and I'll see you guys when I record on Monday night. Can't wait for next Thursday when I record somewhere at an undisclosed location that is not here. So, good night.